If your leads cost more, convert less, and your pipeline is slowing down, it's not the market, it's your outdated B2B strategy. I'm Decker, former global marketing manager at Sony. I've run over $10 million in campaigns over my 16 years in marketing. In this video, I'll show you the 5 strategies that are currently beating ads, cold emails, and content, even in saturated markets. So pay attention to this first one. Number 1, digital marketing overload. People are drowning in emails and ads, especially your prospects. WordStream analyzed 16,000 campaigns and found that costs per lead had increased over 12% from the last year, but the outcomes were more or less the same. This means that online marketing is costing more while delivering fewer customers. But even if you send cold emails, it's the same thing. More and more people are sending cold emails, which means fewer replies. At this point, clients are numb to digital advertising. If they see it, they automatically scroll by it. So what do you do? Well, instead of digital marketing, send prospects direct mail, not postcards. Postcards get thrown out by assistants before they ever reach the decision maker. Instead, send them big boxes with gifts. This is what one of my clients did and got a 50% conversion rate to sales from completely cold prospects. But what do you include in these gift boxes? Include actual food or a meaningful gift, a personalized letter, and your product brochure. Your job is to make the box personable and memorable, and most importantly, offer to literally pay them to take a 15-minute demo with you. And after that, following up with email helps. I've personally used this to reach top influencers in my industry. I mailed free hardware to people who would never respond to an email, and I bypassed every gatekeeper, landed interviews in major publications, and built relationships that would have taken months through traditional digital outreach. This works because physical boxes bypass the filters. Assistants don't throw them away, so they actually get open. So when someone receives a thoughtful gift, they feel compelled to at least hear you out. This method turns cold leads into booked meetings faster than any paid ad campaign ever could. Yes, it costs more per contact than sending emails, but when you're getting 50% conversion rates instead of 2%, it's well worth it. If you're unsure how this applies to your product or industry, just drop your question in the comments. I hope to reply to every single comment personally. Number 2, the differentiation myth. Customers don't actually care what makes you different. This may be surprising to you, but the research clearly shows customers do not care what makes you different. They want their core problem solved. Value propositions happen at the level of product categories. When someone needs a CRM system, they're thinking, I need a CRM, not I need a CRM with this specific unique feature. Your value propositions exist at the category level, not the product level. Highlighting what makes you different pulls attention away from this main value proposition. It makes your message diluted and more complicated. So you need to stop mainly focusing on what makes you unique and instead focus on distribution and awareness within your industry. For example, I promoted dictation software for veterinarian. Instead of focusing on what made the software different, I focused on making it the most well-known. I did this by contacting the top podcasters in the industry. Doing so positioned us as a leader in that space. And that's what you have to do. You win by having greater distribution, awareness, and efficiency, not by being different. Being well-known as a solid solution in your category beats being unknown with a unique feature set. There are a few exceptions that I explain in my course. This doesn't mean your product shouldn't be good. It means your marketing should focus on solving problems clearly, not on explaining your differentiation strategy, which only confuses buyers. Take the example of Zoom. When it launched, there were giants like Skype and WebEx. They marketed enterprise security, integration, and advanced features that made them different. But Zoom didn't try to sell its underlying video compression tech or cloud stack to users. Instead, its pitch was just simple. One platform to connect. That clarity and ease of use helped Zoom become the professional video calling brand. They won not by being feature unique, but by being category relevant and accessible, being effective at the core value proposition. So talk less about what makes you special and more about solving customers' problems. If this is helping and you want to see how I build full B2B systems that are driving big ROI right now, I put together a complete training that goes much deeper than I can cover on YouTube. The link's below if you want to look at that after this video. Number 3, partnership economics. Partnerships are one of my favorite strategies. You're probably wasting a lot of money on competitive Google ads and fruitless cold emails. These often fail because the customer acquisition cost, CAC, is too high from acquiring customers directly. It is slow and expensive to market to every single potential buyer individually. This leads to fewer clients while paying more to acquire them. So instead, the better method is partnerships. Rather than trying to reach millions of end users directly, focus your resources on influencing just a handful of potential partners. For example, I work for an e-commerce tech startup in Silicon Valley. We partnered with Intuit, which had already established relationships with countless small businesses. This had the potential to quadruple our customer base. Partnerships are a shortcut to massive customer acquisition. Here is how to find partners. Use tools like SparkToro or M1 Project to find people who already have your customers' attention. Look for ecosystem owners, companies that own the software your customers already use. This means CRMs, ERPs, accounting systems, project management tools. These companies already have established relationships and trust with your target buyers. Once you've identified these partners, treat them like VIPs. Give them exclusive access to your product. Offer to pay them to meet with you. You have to make it worth their time to explore a partnership. Just like how when I partnered with a larger software company for a webinar, we instantly reached a much larger pre-qualified audience. These people were already engaged, already using similar tools, and interested in our products. This makes getting clients way easier. Number 4, attribution errors. One of the big mistakes holding back B2B marketers is trying to attribute all their marketing to specific channels or ads. When I look at data in Salesforce, 2 of the biggest sources of leads are Google and direct traffic. But this is kind of ridiculous if you think about it. This just means that the last thing someone did before contacting us is going to our website or looking for us on Google. It doesn't tell us anything about why they're contacting us or what influenced or caused them to buy from us. It gives us skewed results that will make you spend time on the wrong things. Clicks or any behavioral data will never really tell you what is driving people to purchase, especially not in B2B where sales cycles are longer and price points are higher. B2B marketers spend endless hours trying to optimize their attribution with complex statistics and software, but instead, a much simpler approach to attribution is simply asking people why they bought or how they heard about you. This attribution quest is just silly. It's like trying to calculate how many goals to attribute to a defense player in soccer, or to calculate the ROI of the roof on a hotel. You should instead think of marketing as a system. Some assets like emails are good at closing sales, while others like videos are good at building your reputation. You don't fire everyone on the soccer team except the strikers because they're the only ones scoring goals. And more importantly, invest in what people call dark funnel activities. Brand awareness, community building, and content that doesn't have UTM parameters attached to them. These don't show up in Salesforce immediately, but they work. Look at Brex, the fintech company. They concentrated their billboard campaigns in San Francisco. This built massive brand awareness, but got 0 digital attribution credit. Yet it worked. Or consider influencer marketing. Data suggests that the biggest impact is often non-transactional outcomes like attitude and trust, which are tracking software can't see. So influencers actually have a huge impact on sales, but it's not directly attributable in your software. Someone sees a recommendation, but they don't click immediately and search for you later instead. And your attribution model is going to give credit to Google and some ad that they clicked at the last minute. This is skewed data. And asking people where they came to you will help you optimize data way better instead of skewed data. Number 5, finally, AI. Right, now it's mostly just a buzzword, but I'll show you how to actually use it to save time and cash in real business-to-business marketing. The first major issue is that market research takes a lot of time. AI can give similar results by searching the whole internet and finding feedback from your exact ICP. Finding, for example, what your ICP actually cares about, surfacing hidden motivations and insecurities that will actually make them buy and are worth targeting. You're going to discover any objections that they have, and AI is also going to come up with advertisement ideas. I use M1 Project's AI for this. It can find you partners that are worth partnering with to get big results. I use tools like ChatGPT to rewrite my emails in the style of famous copywriters like Gary Halbert or the B2B copywriter Bob Bly by feeding it their best work. ChatGPT then uses proven frameworks, which have already worked, and includes it in your copy. AI can be used for something that I don't see many people talking about, because one of the mistakes I see in B2B marketing is personas built on very dubious data. These stereotypes called personas can do more harm than good. You end up trying to force prospects into buckets that don't actually exist in the real world. I once wasted a lot of time trying to fit B2B buyers into email nurturing streams built for individual personas. The entire foundation of the program was a mistake. In a B2B, it's particularly difficult and expensive to do research on top executives who are supposed to be included in these personas. That's why some marketers use synthetic data to simulate how executives would respond to surveys. In other words, an application of AI. M1 Project gives me deep insights into what buyers actually care about and why. This helps me create marketing that hits real pain points instead of just a dry explanation of what I'm selling. You can also use AI-driven cluster analysis to segment buyers yourself into given collections that really represent the real world of buyers. All right, now that's what I've got for you today. And if you want to take this further, I built a full B2B marketing training that shows you the exact systems I developed after working at Sony, Google affiliated startups, and multiple small and medium-sized businesses. It covers demand gen, LinkedIn ads, partnerships, AI, cold email, account-based marketing, everything you need to build a predictable, scalable acquisition system. You can check it out from the first link in the description. The reason I create this content is to help marketers avoid expensive mistakes and focus on what actually works and delivers results. If you found this valuable, make sure to like and subscribe for more B2B marketing tactics and strategies. I'll see you in the next one.